All right, Austin, I was very impressed with what you did, but you still lost the match. And if you're not careful, I'll use the most devastating maneuver in all of professional wrestling. No, not the surprise roll-up. Ha ha, the eraser. And if you're not careful, I'll fire your ass. Ha ha ha! Merry Christmas! I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw. Yes, Christmas edition! Hooray! Okay, it's not quite Christmas. We're a few days away, but as the weather outside gets frightful and the fire is so delightful. Oh, fire! Ah, get it off me! Get it off me! No, I don't know why I'm impersonating Barney from The Simpsons. This episode certainly had stuff that existed. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. They were in Milwaukee, not Green Bay, R-Truth. How dare you get that wrong? That's going to haunt him forever. But he took it in stride, and R-Truth was on this show in a segment that not even he could have saved. Yeah, this show, look, there was a nice overarching story of Bobby Lashley and Big E and Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Can they get along before they get it on? Oh my. No, they really couldn't be doing that because even though the man known as Seth Rollins likes to burn it down, itch and burn it down, probably should go to the clinic for that. And KO just signed a new sweet deal for $2 to $3 million a year with a no-cut clause. Good on KO because, in all honesty, he really deserves that money, especially with all the bullshit they've given him. And Big E really, he's doing the best he can as WWE champion. You're doing amazing, sweetie. And Bobby Lashley is a fucking freak of nature at 45 goddamn years old and still looks the same as he did when he debuted on SmackDown in 2005. So yeah, we get recaps of Lashley taking 3 men during the same night. Reminds me of an ex of mine. Enough about my exes, even though a couple of them are probably watching this and probably saying, you son of a bitch. But you shouldn't have taken 3 men at once. Moving on. Here's Lashley and MVP. You don't disrespect the Almighty. You must respect the Almighty, because if you don't, then you're disrespecting the Almighty, and disrespect and respect and all that. Respect. It's like the Booker T thing, you know, when he just totally phoned it in during his TNA run, i.e. pretty much after the first 3 months. So here's Big E. And he mentions about Lashley saying Lashley has a lot of sisters. Okay, even though the Lashley sisters segment was absolutely abysmal, totally abysmal, Zayn fucking hated it, and it's kind of funny who one of the sisters was. Give you a hint, they're part of an AEW tag team. You probably can guess which one. Look it up. Look up Lashley's sisters. You may be surprised. You may also be surprised to know that reliving that segment will actually give you a feeling like you want to bludgeon yourself in the head with a hard metal instrument, as opposed to a soft metal instrument. So MVP interfered. And, well, Big E mentions that Lashley doesn't have the plums or whatever. Maybe he likes pomegranate. Why does nobody like pomegranate? I like pomegranate. Enough about fruits. Let's talk about a man's balls. Phrasing. Could we get tension with Lashley and MVP because MVP did interfere, even though Lashley asked him not to, and even though Lashley said he could beat Big E without MVP's help, MVP still put his lengthy wooden cane right there around Big E's leg. Not his third leg, thankfully. Ouch. And he tells MVP, hey, I can take Big E on. I don't need you. But you seem to indicate that you could take on Big E. So you got the cane. Why don't you do that? And then he's just staying out there, and we're getting weird tension between people for no goddamn reason. A little more on that a little bit later. And then Rollins and Owens attack. And then the dubbed-in crowd noise was absolutely freaking brutal. Like, the dubbed-in, insane. Absolutely insane. Like, who... I know that they did this for the Thunderdome, the award-winning WWE Thunderdome, whatever awards it won. Probably didn't fucking matter. They probably didn't mean it. They probably were about as, worthwhile as the trophy that Bret Hart broke at Mania 4 when Bad News Brown got on the floor and looked like a dinosaur because he couldn't get up because he had really bad knees. But he won the Battle Royal, and then Bret Hart said, ha ha, I'm breaking this. Enough about wrestling history. So, the camera cuts. The camera cuts were insane. These camera cuts are fucking ridiculous. Whoever is deciding to make the product like this, it's actually made it to the point where if I try not to focus on it too much because it gives me a headache. It's just freaking ridiculous. And yeah, now we're going to get a possible can they get along tag match. In fact, I pretty much called it the instant they started interacting. I go, we're going to get a can they get along tag match. And we did. Yay for storylines. I can't decide if this show's too predictable or if I've been watching wrestling for too goddamn long. The answer, of course, is yes. So Bianca says that she will take down Piper. That is her name. Her name is Piper. Sarah, my fucking goodness, she looks good in red. Bianca makes her entrance and then goes to break. We are not back at the match, by the way, because Bianca is still there in the ring. Owens and Rollins are talking backstage, yelling strategy like they did last week. Pierce and Sonya say, hey, let's have a tag team match unlike any other for the first time ever. And they decide to have a can they get along tag match. And, well, we get Piper making her entrance. Terrible theme. Whoever came up with Piper Niven's theme deserves, honestly, to have their music license revoked. Absolutely terrible. Unless they, unless somebody held their favorite animal, over a vat, like Christopher Lloyd held the shoe over that, vat and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There is no reason for that theme to be that goddamn bad. So anyway, the crowd was popping for Bianca. They have no chemistry. I'm sorry. They have none. Zero. I'm not saying the effort wasn't there. It was a huge clash of styles. All this built up to eventually Bianca hitting the KOD. Now, Piper can work. Bianca can work. This match didn't work, but she hit the KOD to a big pop. There you go. And we get recaps of Balor and Theory. Poor Finn. What the fuck did Finn do? Thin. What did Thin Finn do? He's not the Thin Finn. It's like Thin Mints. No, it's not. And Theory is a goddamn idiot. He's just first there was him, then there was Riddle. I mean, God, if they team Theory and Riddle up together, I don't think the amount of stupidity will be able to fit inside even an 80,000-seat arena. So Theory took on Balor. It was a quick start with instant fistings and then some rest holds. More dubbed-in noise. My goodness, that was way too much booing for somebody on Austin Theory's level, who is a great athlete. He's also not interesting, and he's an idiot. So, poor Finn. Theory, by the way, almost lost via roll-up while trying to take a selfie. And then Finn decides to do what he did to Dijakovic a couple weeks ago and go deep in another man's guts to get the victory. If I have to think about this stuff, then so do all of you people. What do you mean, you people? And then, that was pretty much it for that. Oh, wait, no, we visit that a little bit later. Miz is talking to Almost, and he's almost ready. And then Styles is there. Hey, wait a second. Why were you talking to him? Let's be on, we're going to be on Miz TV, but, well, why would he be talking about, how we're possibly going to break up? What's going on here? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead of the story. Because Miz ends up saying on Miz TV to start off, hey, Maurice, if you love me, don't say anything about our relationship on TV. Telegraphing wink, wink. I'm not going to do a run-in later for a storyline that is not very fucking good. Styles and Almost, are they on the same page? No, other people were on the same page years ago. I'm just going to move hastily on from that. It was a different type of fighting with my family. So, Almost, confided in Miz. He could be a star on his own, that Styles is holding him back and everything. And we're getting 12 years in AJ, and we're getting a bunch of Southern boys in the gay community. And then Styles took 15 years to get to WWE. Almost was begged to join. Edward James Almost was begged to get to WWE, or, to come to WWE. And then, well, we basically just get, a little fracas and everything. We're getting a breakup. We're getting this possible, shit going on. Oh, my God, no. Styles and Almost, they got to get along because they're taking on the Mysterios. Also, Styles is going to be on NXT this week. Huh, wonder why. Oh, it's because he couldn't tag in Almost because Almost is like, no, I'm not going to do this. And then Styles gets hit with the most devastating maneuver in all of professional wrestling, the surprise roll-up by Rey Mysterio. Boy, such inventiveness, such great, God damn it, just come up with something different. Have Dominic pin somebody with his Easter Island face. I don't know. Anyway, I don't hate Dominic, he just annoys me. So anyway, brief brawl, and we get a brief brawl between Styles and Almost because Almost is like, I'm almost done with you. Wait, I am done with you. And then says, next time you see me, it'll be in a match. Ooh. And Randy was flashing his venomous Viper, and people in Milwaukee were like, it's like kids were like, Mom, why is that Viper trying to strike us? And then the mom was like, I remember seeing that in college. Mom, are you okay? So anyway, Theory can't confront Vince, or he can't face Vince. I can't face the claymation, Dad. That's basically what he is. He's like a pile of claymation, not even good claymation. Orton with Gable took on Majin Buu. The match was fine. It was short, and Orton hit an RKO, but he couldn't hit on Majin Buu. And he told Riddle to stay away. Maybe he told Riddle to stay in the back. Maybe Riddle was being somewhere else, not taking care of his kids. Good dad there. At least he's not a dad like Benoit. There we go. Hide your kids, hide your wives, because they're out here choking and smothering everybody. So, in the spirit of Christmas, why not make a Benoit joke? Because who the fuck cares? It's a Raw review. The show isn't good. Yeah, he couldn't RKO Majin Buu. You know, if you had a Randy Orton, topper for your tree, it'd be an RK ornament. I'm proud of that, even though I'm sure everybody turned that off in disgust. And then lastly, in MVP are talking. We're getting more attention. Can you fetch me some water? Fetch me some water, boy. No, wait, that was God of War. Fetch me some water. That, even though I think is MVP like a year. I think he's about the same age as Lashley, maybe a year older. And then we get some 24/7 bullshit with a bunch of hanging Christmas lights and everything while Dana and Reggie are having a romance angle that nobody fucking cares about. Nothing against the people involved. And then we get, oh god, the camera cuts were insane. We get Elf Zawa. We get Truth as some kind of weird Christmas creature, not Kane. Kane was actually the Christmas creature. Look that up. That's actually what he was before he became Isaac Yankem, DDS. Even before he became Unabomb in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Also, Tamina was there. Who is this for? Genuine question. I am choosing my words carefully because I don't want to fucking get banned, but whoever came up with this 24/7 stuff deserves to be punched repeatedly in the goddamn face with a brick while their family watches. Maybe not so much that last part, but honestly, somebody RoboCop these goddamn people because this is terrible. Let's just take all of Vince's inner circle and toss them in an active volcano. Capiche? Let's do that. It's like that Garfield cartoon where John had to drive that car into the volcano to, break the curse. How I thought of a Garfield cartoon, out of nowhere, probably gives you an indication of my level of interest in the show. So anyway, Priest took on Ziggler in a championship contenders match. Ow. Anyway, championship contenders match. It's nice that they came up with this concept that they took from New Japan and other companies. And whatever, nothing's wholly original anyway. I'm not saying New Japan invented it. But usually, you beat the champion in a tag match or whatever, you get a shot at the champion. Makes sense. Unfortunately, they've now driven this thing so far into the goddamn ground, it is now coming out of China. And no, I'm not talking about the, long past wrestler. I'm talking about the country. The one that Disney has is in bed with. And pretty much everybody else is. Because they have more money than about 18 federal governments and even their own federal government, somehow. So, Rude interfered at one point. The match was well wrestled. There was a nice superplex spot. Rude interfered, and Priest decided to fire up. No, I'm gonna get angry. Ow. And he's just gonna I'm almost 41 years old doing this weird shit. And he just decided to get angry, and he brutally fists Robert in a very rude fashion. And more people just tuned out. Everybody that tuned back in, tuned back out. And because puns are just great, but they're terrible. And that caused a count out, so Ziggler technically won the championship contenders match. And then Theory attacks Finn backstage because we just can't be done with this. Poor Finn. Is Finn's contract up? Is Finn going anywhere? I mean, he doesn't have to, but I don't know what the fuck else Finn can do. If he's happy, it is what it is. I'm just saying, Finn could be so much better. And then we have the top 10 WWE Instagram photos of the week. Who thought this was a good thing? Shotzi looked good. Say that much. I don't care. Of course, Charlotte had to be number one. Because of course she fucking did. But really, this is your yes, Instagram is obviously a big thing. I haven't had Instagram in about a year and a half because I stopped using it. Because the interface sucks ass. But really, this is what you're doing. You couldn't show pre-tapes like, hey, let's maybe show some other people that we aren't featuring all that well. We don't have anything, for a lot of people, so let's just show Instagram stuff. Vince looks like one of the Clay Fighters. He looks like the snowman, from Clay Fighter 63 and a third. If you know who I'm talking about, that's really what he looks. I actually forgot the character's name. I apologize. I'm not up on my Clay Fighter knowledge because, I haven't played Clay Fighter in about 20 fucking years. But he looks like that. He looks old. He looks haggard. And I'm not even talking about the bearded guy from Harry Potter. Fuck J.K. Rowling, by the way. You know, it's a Nerf turf, if you will. No, she's freaking ridiculous. She made all that goddamn money and she couldn't buy herself enough of an apparatus to pull her head out of her goddamn ass. So anyway, yeah, Vince basically was just saying, I enjoy firing people, and I can fire you, Austin Theory. Ha ha ha. But I'm not going to fire you. I'm going to give you a rematch next week. But if you don't get it, if you don't win, ha ha ha, eraser. Ha, I love that Stallone movie. Vince, it's a Schwarzenegger movie. We told you about this. Yeah, I love that Van Damme. Stop, Vince, just stop. Remember when they had Arnold Schwarzenegger on to promote End of Days? Remember how ass that was? I mean, I love Arnold, but come on. End of Days now. So, yeah, Vince looked really old. Out of it. Did not have a clue what he was doing. And when he blew the pencil shavings, I legit thought his face was just going to fly at somebody, like we were in at the end of the 2005 Fog remake. If you saw that movie, I'm sorry. Also, check out my review of that. So, we get the cutting edge of Maurice. Okay, this is abysmal because everybody saw what was coming. Maurice is talking about, if something happens to me, who will take care of my kids? Chris Benoit has entered the chat. That's mean. In the spirit of the holidays, of course. Edge knew it was a ruse, and Miz lays him out, even though he tries to fight him off. Because Maurice badly hits him with a purse. Maurice deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame, some say. In what universe? In what alternate universe? In what universe within 5 billion light years of our universe does she deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? I mean, they've inducted people for less, but seriously. So we get Rhea with this feud with Zelina. Zelina just doing this the Queen's Crown idea was fine. The execution was terrible, and whoever came up with the idea to basically, have it be this bad deserves to be executed. Rhea is a fucking goddamn goddess, I will say that. And hey, we get a Veer vignette. The year is 2050. Half the world is radioactive. Bitch, it's radioactive. The other half is run, and overrun, in fact, by demonic clowns. And Veer still has not debuted on Raw. Honestly, I think they're going to release him before he comes. Now it's a running joke. It's Veer Molina, which sounds like a weird kind of, mayonnaise. So anyway, Zelina taking on Rhea. The partners were banned from ringside. And Rhea won, thankfully. My God. Not that Zelina can't wrestle, but she's better off as a valet. So Big E talked about, we can't use that filthy C word. Coexist. Oh. See, I can't say the filthy C word that I like to say because I'll get flagged for whatever reason. It's the third letter of the alphabet, in case you're wondering. Please don't type it in the comments, so you'll probably get banned. So anyway, Lashley says that, well, he'll take care of MVP, and hey, we're gonna get along before we get it on. And then Liv is here in an orange, cut off Afghan sweater thing. I'm not really sure what she was going for there, but whatever. It's an interesting outfit. She's holding the kendo stick. Let me just say that Liv is doing her best to make this stuff work. The scripted promos, all this, she's doing her best. She's trying. She's really trying. Oh my God, is she trying? She's trying because creative should be in an institution. And then she shows the terrible footage of her going to Becky and Rollins' gym, the thing where they train students. And then Becky has a trainee that looks like her, that's a stunt double. And they don't see Liv get in the ring, but Liv's just suddenly there. And then Becky attacks her. And then they attack each other. And it's terrible. One of the worst, a good idea in theory, let's try to make it look realistic. By making it look as unrealistic as possible. Whew. And they tried. Becky arrived to knock Liv and how she beat up her arm. And she could come down there and take out her other arm. These women are trying. I'm sure they're going to kill it in the ring. The build, it's been terrible because they overly script the women to the point where Liv, bless her heart, she's trying. God damn it, this is terrible. Just absolutely terrible. It's not doing anything for either of them. But I think that match at day one is going to be pretty damn good. So anyway, I did like, though, the one thing where she brought the kendo stick, tosses it at Becky. I brought it for you. Come on, Becky. Come on, do it. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? Dal. And then so she's like, don't insult me. You're lucky I have a private jet to catch. And she leaves. Okay. And then Big E makes his entrance. We go to a break. All other entrances, and they're pumped up kicks? No, that doesn't work. Styles and Almas, Orton and Majin Buu, Finn and Theory, Priest and Ziggler for the U.S. title all next week. I'm shocked they didn't tape that and maybe just, I don't know, give everybody an extended break until day one. But whatever, they're going to be live on Raw next week, which will be the 27th. So there we go. Alright, so we get Big E and Lashley versus Owens and Rollins. Can they get along? But they got to get it on. The match was not dull, I will say that much, but it was also the unlikely tag partners just doing moves and doing stuff. And eventually, Lashley hits a spear on KO and gets a victory 1-2-3. Great job re-signing there. Actually, I don't think one loss is going to matter. He just hasn't won a televised match since August. Good job there. And then the stomp right afterwards. I'm thinking it was either a missed time and they just went with it or whatever. But the whole point is Lashley and Big E got laid out when Owens and Rollins decided to step things up by slamming the steps into them in case the visual aid wasn't quite smacking you in the face repeatedly, like Austin beating Deborah again. And they just beat him up. They stomp down, or Seth rather stomps down on Lashley, and they tease tension, but then they hug, and that's it. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritland, yeah. Let's go with the happy holidays. Woo! I'm going to be wearing this hat all week. Anyway, see you soon.